Generic greetings! So in the previous episode we got, well, the wall put all the way around the outside, which is a good bonus because we can actually set up some sort of security system. We got things like the chapel put in. You know, we just progress forward. In this episode we've got a bit of a decision to make. Let me just pause it for a moment. We've got this area up the top which was originally designated as death row. Now the problem with that is we have a bit of a problem with a capacity of family cells. So we've got these family cells here which are mothers. So we've got, there's a little child there on the playmat, lovely, lovely. And maybe that's the mother there shouting for drugs. I really genuinely hope that that is not like illegal drugs, although I don't think there's any other kind in this game, which means that that mother there, although she has been vetted to say she's a fit mother, the fact that she's got a little picture there sort of stabbing herself with a needle suggests that maybe she shouldn't be in charge of raising a child. But you know what, let's not judge there. Anyway, we have, like I said, a bit of a problem with the capacity because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 family cells, and I believe we've got about 12 mothers in the game, so we can't really get any more prisoners because that would add more mothers, although the way to go around that is just to get high-risk prisoners because you very rarely get mothers in that. So I did say, what would you like to do? Do you want to change this death row area to nursery and things like that and family cells, or do you want to keep it as is? Now, there was an overwhelming voice saying that no, we should really keep this as death row because it's interesting. However, what other people have also said is that having it here is not really a good idea because you do need more nursery. So what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of this entirely. We're just going to actually scrap the entire thing like that, okay? And then we're going to redesignate the whole thing as nursery, alright? So we're going to actually keep this as a nursery and family cells area, similar to what we've got down the bottom there, alright? The difference being that we want to, actually, I'm also going to expand these off as well like that. So these are going to be slightly bigger family cells. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to expand that. The difference is that what we want to do is have this entire wing as family, and then the death row area we're going to shift somewhere else. Now, several people have said we need to expand the prison, and a couple of other people said what we can do is put it inside the cell blocks in different areas. None of those decisions I really like the idea of. A lot of people say we can put it around here in these separate areas. Yes, that's a good idea. We can do that. So what I'm going to do is roughly plan off in this episode where we're going to have the things like the library and the store and stuff like that in these rooms. And once I've found out how many we have, if there's any spare section, we're going to put it in this little area here, because we'll only need a couple of death row cells and obviously an execution facility. If that doesn't work, these yards here are what people have suggested to get rid of. So this yard here and this yard here, or probably going to be this yard here. I like the idea of 2 yards, so we'll probably get rid of this one and have this yard as a execution area. But what might end up happening, I think, is we'll have, say, this area here as execution, the execution room, and this one is the prisoner holding solution system, something like that, because I think this won't be big enough for both, neither will that, so we'll see how we go. Either way, we've got 27,000, so let's crack on. Let's go to our rooms, and then to, I guess we've already got the chapel in, so we do need some sort of shop and a mail room, so I think we'll get the shop put in down the bottom. Actually, no, I want the shop up the top, so this could be the library, so we'll put the library in. There we go, and that requires minimum size 5x5. We also need a library shelf and a sorting desk, so let's get that all sorted. So there's some library shelves. Oh, I know it's going to annoy people me saying that. Right, I don't do it to annoy people. It's just, you know what, some people just get annoyed over anything. Let's put the library shelves in. There you go. They're actually not in any particular order there. Let me scrap that. Can you rotate these? You can rotate them, okay. Well, if we put them right at the back like this, well, that actually works out quite well, doesn't it? So we'll put them in like so. There we go. And then I think we've got a couple more shelves to put in. There we go. And then the sorting desks, 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't cost much at all, so there we go. That's the library sorted. Now, we also need some other rooms at the top, so we definitely need we've got a chapel. We do not have a forestry. We've not got a mail room, but it's always a bit glitchy anyway. We will have one. We have not got a... I don't think we've got a classroom, have we? No, but I am unlocking it, which is... It's currently 18%. Okay, that's understandable. So we need a mail room. And assuming that we have this, if we keep that open for something else, for maybe our execution facility, we have, say, this as the classroom, and this is the mail room. and then we need a shop. So we can't have that, right? So that's already broke that. So we need classroom, mailroom, and shop. Something along those lines. I think I'm going to have that as the shop, and this is the mailroom. So let's crack on with that one. Right, yeah, we've already discovered that that's not going to work. So anyway, let's just go to our materials brick wall. We're going to clicky, draggy, and sort that one out. These areas are getting cleaned, as you can see. We also need to go to our utilities and electrical cable and start running some electrical cable, namely this one here, all the way along the outside, like so, and it'll run up to there, and then we need to power these individual rooms. Let me just check the grid. The grid is currently running a little bit hot, so I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, and then don't really need to do this side, so we're okay. Okay, right. There's that sorted. Also, these lights are, for whatever reason, they are inside the wall, and for a start, I don't know how they've managed to do that, but, you know, we'll remove them and we'll fix that. So I do need to go to our deployment and guards just to check something. Yeah, people are saying that these rooms are separate, and they are correct, and there's no real way to fix that. The problem is when they patrol, they might not be able to see inside the family cells, but guard patrol's set up on there, so that's okay. We've got the armory set up. We do not have a guard inside there, but it is staff only. Morgue is staff only. Some people were complaining about that. I'm not too sure why, because that's how it works. This area is staff only, which I never understand. I now understand, because it is actually a complete open area. I still haven't got any purpose for this room. We could have that as the execution facility, but I'm not entirely convinced that that is a good idea. Looks like there's a nice little Polaroid in there, and it's the same Polaroid that I find all over the place. I think basically when you load the game, you always get that one. Let me speed up to max speed while I crack on. Do you want to close that? Or we're just going to get a Polaroid forever. Nah, let's close it down now. Alright, so we've got patrols around the outside. We've got our unlock education through bureaucracy going. We do not yet have any death row, which is problematic because I do want to get that. We don't have remote access. We don't have tasers. Tasers would be a good one. It's only $1 as well. Surveillance will be quite good, and that's going to cost us $2,000. Is it worth me doing that? I think we'll leave that for now because we are getting a little bit low on the old cashage. We've got $2,000 on the go. 1, 2. I think that's about right. Let me just check on our grants here. We've only got $2,000. We've got MaxSec Infrastructure Grant. Got Prison Manufacturing Facility. We'll go for MaxSec Infrastructure. So that'll give us $20,000 straight away there because, well, that's what it does. But we don't yet have any of the things in there that it's asking for, I don't think. No, we haven't got CCTV, so we're going to have to unlock that. So since it's given us that nice $20,000 there, we'll unlock surveillance. We could do remote access, and we will get that eventually. Although remote access is something that I tend to get quite often. And is that eggs on the floor or something? I can't see underneath there. Oh, it's just a bag of... Oh, no, it's just food waste. Apparently, looks like some packets of something. I thought it was like a notepad page. But yes, it's one of those things that I always add. I always seem to add the extra sections of... Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on this thing here. I always try to add the remote door access, and it's one of those things that since it came out, we've pretty much used it all the time because it was a highly requested feature. And when it came out, it was like, ooh, this is new and fresh. And then we tried it, and it's this is pretty good. It poses a very big security risk because if any prisoner gets inside the room, which controls it, then everybody can pretty much escape. And that's a mother. Where are they going? That says weightlifting currently. She's not going to weightlift, is she, with the baby? I've never seen this before, but I'm going to keep an eye on her. No, I thought you don't exit the thing, and... Okay, yes, so she's now got 3 arms. Oh my good grief. So, not only has she got 3 arms, she can hold the baby with 1, lift with the other 2. Will she be able to spawn 2 arms when she wanders off? Will the 2 arms stay on the on the barbell, and when she wanders off, will it stay there? Well, we're going to keep an eye on her, but the baby does not look impressed. No, she did actually take her arms and her hands with her, so yeah. There we go. That's the first time I've seen, one of the family members wander outside of their area. There's a ding-a-ling noise made. We've just got something or other. I don't know what it is. Probably unlock body armor or something. I think it was body armor. Yep, I'm going to put it back to max speed there. Got 71 prisoners of 86, so we can receive some more prisoners. I'm going to go... What's all that noise? Oh, yes, of course. But people, every guard in the facility is just like, ooh, body armor. I think we'll go and get some of that. Right. Programs. We need to check other programs here. We've got several parole hearings on the go. We've got pharmacological treatment to drug addiction. 4 in the queue, 3 finished, and none have passed. I'm going to start that back up again because I think it's worth me doing it. Actually, what I'll do, I'll actually go to this area, medical beds, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then we can treat some more prisoners, which is why it's worth it. Workshop safety induction. 1 is interested. Sadly, we don't have a workshop in this, and we're not going to. Again, people have commented saying we could change one of these yards to workshop, but it'll be a small one. Or when we expand, if we expand, which we probably won't, we can have it there. But you know what? We'll leave it as is for now. I don't know when the next patch is coming, so if it's a case of it's going to be a couple more weeks down the line, then we will have time to expand. If not, then I'll just have to leave it. So I'm still waiting for them to run around and sort stuff out. We still haven't, well, I haven't finished the mailroom there, I just designated it, so I might as well get on with that one. Let me just close all these down, there we go. So we'll go to objects and then to sorting desk. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll put in the tables first. Similar sort of deal as the other side, so we'll put one there, we can't fit one there, which is a shame, but we'll put them in a, like, just right. It doesn't really matter how we place them. I'm just going to put them around, and we'll put a sorting desk, and sorting desk. There we go, there's the mailroom sorted. Right. There's another bit of a grantage done, and I don't know which one that was. That would be surveillance, most likely. Yes, we've got tasers. We'll start unlocking remote access, and how much money do we have? 27 grand. Not really enough for me to get everything done that I wanted, because I want to get this one up the top done. What I might do then is get this sorted. This is going to be our other building brick. Here we go. This is going to be our other nursery in some such area. Now, the thing is that I need to get my capacity over to 100, and then I get another grant. So if I get that done, then that'll give me more money to then finish off this side here, which is obviously quite important. It's currently sleep time, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to do a bit of the old shakedown here. We've actually got 26 guards, probably enough for the amount of prisoners that we have. Again, everybody always says that I've either got too little or too much, or too many or too few guards, which is always interesting. You got too much, but you haven't got enough. You understand that that's a paradox, right? So, anyway, yes, we're going to get this one sorted. I do need to dismantle that large jail door. I'm going to expand the nursery up, as well as adding 2 more beds. 2 more family cells with, obviously, beds and cots in and such. The thing is that originally this block area was going to be a kitchen, but we've scrapped the idea. Scrap the idea because we just don't need it. We could do that and it would be okay, it would work out, but then I realised that after seeing the way that they just cook and then wander over anywhere, it just works better if we just have one central area, especially because of us now having 2. It means we'd have 3 kitchens, and it would just be a bit of a nightmare, so we're not going to bother with messing around with stuff. I'm just going to check my staff, and I've got 6 workers. I did fire a couple, you see, so actually, that's fine. You know what? I know it's going to take a little while for them to crack on and build stuff, but no, I'm not. I'm going to hire. I'm going to hire 2 more. 1, 2. There we go. Because it's taking a long time. So, do we force open that door? I don't think we need to. Apparently, we found a tunnel up there. I don't think that is the case. Speaking of tunnel, let's go to materials, remove tunnels, and then clicky, draggy. No, there's no tunnels there at all. Right, but we do want to remove these walls here, so we'll demolish walls. There we go. As that's sorted, we'll go to rooms, and then we'll go to a family cell, and then we'll designate these 2 here as family cells. Very similar in terms of design to the other cells, so the beds will go on either side like so, and then we'll have the cribs on the end of the beds. I call them cots, but whatever. And then you've got drains, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the same on the other side. As you can see, it's similar to that there. We also need to put in, I guess, the toilet, 1 and 2, and the shower head, 1 and then 2. And these ones, if I really wanted to, I could have, I guess I could have, well, any of these cells we could have more stuff in, like radios and such, but they're the very basic amounts. We haven't really checked that. Let's have a quick look at that through logistics, and we'll go to room quality. And apparently the family cells do not have a quality. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Well, they are quality, or grade 1. They're grade 1. Occupant is title of grade 0, grade 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 2, 2 out of 2, Oh, there you go. 2 required 2 out of 2, 2 out of 2, 2 out of 2. The reason it says that, obviously, is because they have 2 prisoners in them. There we go. Alright, so I didn't actually receive any prisoners this intake, mainly because I forgot, but I don't know what the guards... Why is the frame rate going like absolute dog shit? I don't know why. Let's force that open there and hopefully then crack on with it. There we go. Right, so we do need to go to our rooms and then to nursery, which it's easier if I just nursery. There we go. And then we'll expand that. Right, so I could put in some more tables and chairs, but I think it's okay as is. What I'll do is I'll put some more cribs in. And where will the cribs go? Like that. Bit of money there, and then we could put some more play mats in like that. There's no real design to this entire thing, as you can clearly see, but you know, they've been put in, so that's okay. The overall pipe work is about the same. There we go, because of how I've ran it, so that's good. Looks like the workers have still not bothered with this bit up the top. There's another notepad page, which is all good, so we're going to close all that down. Still waiting for... we've got a call from the mayor. So, the media have moved on to something else, and the bill banning TVs from common rooms has been repealed. Please feel free to reinstall them. Thank you, Mayor. It's good, because, you know what? People are probably getting a bit pissed off that they can't watch a bit of television. So let's put the televisions back in. There we are. Common room I actually haven't really expanded on, as you can see. So it's probably a good idea if I add some more stuff in there. There we are. So I just need to wait. I need to wait until the work is finished. Can't believe it's 6 PM already. Wait until the work is finished. It's now free time. Now I can go to our reports and programs and reschedule all programs. Now we get the pharmacological treatment of drug addiction back in the queue. Looks like we've got a 60% parole hearing passed. There we go. So we're now starting to get through parole because of the age of the prison, which is day 19. So we're now starting to get people through that. We have not yet got a classroom, so we do need to get one of them sorted. We've got the mail room there. I think the shop wants to go there, which means that I do need to go to brick wall. Actually, I've already planned that, and they're still waiting for that. I don't know what the workers are actually doing. Let's have a quick run around, see where the workers are. Just moving stuff off. We'll go to reports, go to staff, start mousing over them. Looks like they are running some cable. It's just taking them a lot of time because I think I've ordered loads of stuff. So, you know what? That's understandable, I guess. So we just need to quickly go to our rooms, and then we go to shop, and then we'll make sure that that is designated as shop. There we are. Don't know why that wall hasn't been put in. Is it just a mistake that I've made? Nope, it's definitely been ordered. So I don't know why they've put all of that wall in and not done the end one, but you know, whatever. We need to go to classroom, so we'll designate all that as classroom. There we go. And obviously classroom is quite simple. You put an office desk at one end. There we are. And then you have to put, I guess maximum is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you put in, so that's 4, 8, 12, maximum of 20 of these in, but you know what, I'm just going to overdo it because there you go. So that's 4, 8, 12, 24 in total. You only need a maximum of 20, only 20 people can sit in there, doesn't really matter. Right, so we're still waiting for that pipe to come in. I was just checking to make sure that that is actually the right place, which it is. That's good. So I need to run this pipe along, and then I could run it straight through, or do I want to run it around? I think I'm going to run it around because then it's a lot easier for me to plumb the rest in. For what I'll do, I'll run it like that, and then obviously it's slightly different to that one, but it doesn't really matter. This one goes, you know what, just for sake of making it roughly the same, we'll do that. And there's all the pipe work put in. That's good. So it's still sleep time. We'll do another shakedown. I know it pisses the prisoners off, but it's worth doing all the time. Actually, you know what? No. We did one last night. We didn't find anything. So it's probably worth me leaving it for now. Still waiting for the workers to finish this off. Let me just go to staff and at workmen. We're going to hire 2 more because it looks like this is these jobs are starting to back up. I am building a lot of different rooms and shops and things that aren't in here, so you know it's causing a bit of a problem there. We need to put a shop front in, which we do need to roughly measure the centre, which I believe is 6 to there. Is it 6? It'll be 12 in total. Yes, it's 12 in total. So we'll put it roughly in the centre. So I don't know if there's a front of the shop. I assume that's the front there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be roughly the middle. We'll just go to planning and we'll check there. So, well, I can't because I can't see where the... When you go to planning, you can't see where that is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Job done. Okay, so we need a shop shelf and we need a table. So, shop shelf, we'll put the tables like that. There we go. And then the shop shelving will go like so. That should do us quite nicely. Okay, so there's been a couple of comments about the cell block saying that we have not yet got any metal detectors in here. You are correct, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to bother. With the canteen having metal detectors in it, we don't really need to worry about it too much, so I think we'll leave it as is. Just realised as well that we have not got many phone booths in this centre bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what, let me just finish it off because we're going to get there eventually, so we might as well run them all the way to the end. Apparently I haven't done that last one because it's slightly different to there. Just realise that these stalls as well do not have any doors on them, but you know what, not too bothered, we might put them in later on. So we're going to run the electrical cable into this and then power up these rooms. There we are. We have 18,370 generic units of currency, 14 grand and a bit each day. Still didn't get any more prisoners. We're on to 74. I'll just check my prison grading, and the grading has improved by 1%, I believe. I think it was originally 36, so it's slowly going up, but not much. The punishment's quite low. Reform is quite low. We haven't really got any of these other things in here. What I need to do really is alter my, I think, regime. We could alter it so we only have one eat time in the middle of this, and we have have a big meal, but I don't know if that's a good idea. We've got lockup there. We could have 2 hours of lockup instead of that. 2 hours of lockup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of work. I think what we'll do, we'll start really altering our regime here. We'll have the eat go down by 1, we'll have the lockup go down by 1, and we'll have an extra hour of work on either side. So there we go. So we don't have as much free time, nowhere near as much free time, but that should do us, and that should hopefully help out. Having the extra hour in lockup, so 2 hours in total, should hopefully sort that. Let me just go to our, I believe it's in the... Oh, yeah, it is in the logistics. We need to assign everybody we can to library. There's no prisoners qualified. Mail room, the same thing. Assign everybody there. And then the classroom, which apparently is still one room, which is really, really, really weird because they haven't put that wall in yet. Once they've put that wall in, we'll be okay. But the mail room is getting sorted. In fact, we've got the guards operating sorting desks because nobody was assigned to it, but now they are. Lots of people in here. As you can see, they're now sorting everything onto the shop. We now have a nice working system there. Oh, looks like someone's come along and actually bought something. That's quite good. What have they got? Reputation unknown. They've got... I have no idea what that is. What do you think that is? Post in the comments, because I have no idea. Maybe an ink stamp? I guess a book? Yeah, it looks like a book. Does it tell me? Found luxuries and misconduct. Nope. I have no idea what she's carrying. Ah, well. Right, close that down. We I really need for them to crack on and finish that. I don't know why they haven't done that. Did I cancel it? I definitely didn't cancel it, did I? No, foundation in progress. They are definitely cracking on with that. Anyway, I think we're going to leave it there because we are progressing quite nicely. Next episode, we need to get more prisoners. We need to get this family section up and running. That'll increase our overall capacity, which gives us another grant, and then we can do this over here. And we need to start going with death row. In fact, no, I was going to actually start buying it then but it's 10 grand, and that's a lot of money. Taser rollout, we would be quite nice to do. We haven't got CCTV monitors or anything like that. We haven't got any security, so we do need to get this MaxSec infrastructure up and running. Whew, it's going to be a long one. This is turning out to be a long build, quite longer than the other ones, and that's because there's so many elements in it. So, you know what? It makes it interesting, at least to me anyway. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.